So the question is, how much should you spend on your next camera? I have a secret for you related to your next camera. Welcome, it is great to have you here. This is the Pricing for Photographers channel, and my goal is to help you make and create a profitable photography business. And we start with pricing, but there are a lot of questions related to the profitability of your business and related to what you should spend on your business. And this question directly relates to that. How much should you spend on your next camera? How much should you budget? It's a really good question, and I have a few ideas, plus that secret that I think will help you make the right choice. I gotta say, I'm in line with the philosophy that I believe as Chase Jarvis once said, the best camera is the camera in your hand. Let me tell you, technology today really allows for that to be true. Your camera in your phone is quite often an excellent camera. So don't get too caught up in the type of body. It's your lenses, it's your lighting, it's your eye that really makes the difference. Now, there are some features you might want to consider in your camera, your next camera, and those features may come with a price. But here's some things that you might want to think about as it relates to your next camera. The first thing you need to do is think about, what do you need, regardless of the brand, what do you need in your next camera? Do you need a bigger sensor? Do you need a fast drive? In other words, do you need to take a lot of pictures really quick? Do you need a really high quality video feature? Now the reality is I mostly shoot RAW and I shoot manual, and that's about all I need in a camera. Obviously sensors play a role, but most of my investment goes into my lenses and my lighting and all the other things related to creating the images that I wish to create. And the fact is, the type of camera today that's behind it, well, there are reasons. I mean, different manufacturers have different quality, image quality that is produced. So you need to consider, what are some of the things you want to consider? Fuji, for example, has done a great job through the years. I've seen some excellent images when it comes to skin tone related to Fuji. Sony, with their mirrorless cameras, are really hot, but yet Canon and Nikon still do a great job. There are a number of choices that you have out there. But what is it that you need? What features do you need in your camera to create the images you're most interested in creating? So write those things down right now. Make a list of the things that you really need in a camera, and then go out and find the camera that is right for you. Now, in some cases, a Rebel is perfect. It has the sensor that you need. It has the qualities that you need in a camera. Takes movies. Wonderful. A Rebel might be perfect, but maybe you're more of a photojournalist. Maybe you're out in the field a lot and you need a more rugged camera. So that's where some of the expense will come in, because you need a much more sturdier camera than you would if you purchase, say, a Rebel. However, there may be some higher end features that are only available in the top end brands. But if those things are not on your list, create that list of features that you are looking for. What is it that you really need in a camera? So now here's my secret. I have a little confession to make. As you may know, or maybe you don't know, I wrote a few books for Wiley, the digital field guides for the Canon T4i and the T5i. And I had a Canon 5D for many years. It was awesome, but you know what? That Rebel seemed to have a better sensor. Actually, it did have a better sensor. And I started using it in the studio. I started using it more and more, and I never replaced it. And actually, I have done some major campaigns through the years just using a Rebel. Now, I do have new cameras, but there was a period of about 5 years that I just used the Rebels. It just didn't make sense for me to go out and purchase. A lot of life changes and all that. I didn't want to put the expense in a big new camera. So I just used the Rebels and used the glass, the lenses that I had, and the lighting that I was using, and it all looked wonderful. And you know who complained? No one. No one really complained. I hooked up that Rebel to my laptop, showed people the images in studio. I gotta say, sometimes I did feel a little self-conscious as a 30-year pro, as a photographer carrying around some Rebels. But you know what? Again, nobody seemed to complain. They often thought, wow, what a great camera. So, you know, they're often looking at the lens and the camera. So don't worry so much about that. Just think about what it is you need. So If you have a list of things that you need and you have a budget, get out there and get the camera that suits you best. Look at the reviews. Make sure you're getting the camera that you need to create the kind of imagery you need, but chances are most any camera today that you select, from the low end to the high end, will probably do the trick for you. So definitely consider putting more of your budget into the accessories around the camera, which will make it easier to create the images you want to create. Better lenses, better lighting, better tripods, whatever it is that you think you need to purchase to create those images. Maybe you need to invest in better software. So what kind of camera do you have now? Which one do you think is going to be your next camera? I look forward to reading your answers in the comments below. And if you found this video valuable, make sure you like it and share it with your friends. And if you don't want to miss a future upload, be sure to subscribe.